capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. This is a quote that I chose in the beginning of the year to help me guide to the rest of the year in ISM. Good afternoon, class. For those who still doesn't know me, my name is ChirsMary, and this year in ISM, I'm studying the topic of general pediatrics. ISM has been an outstanding experience for me. It has taught me many valuable qualities such as organization, responsibility, punctuality, and many more. Like reality, this journey was also filled with many obstacles. I was the person who felt really uncomfortable when talking on the phone. However, by talking to random people for 4 months, I knew I'd gotten better at it. I also had a very hard time following up with calls and interviews and updating my portfolio. But some things I know for sure is that through ISM, I stopped procrastinating, unlike my last 2 years of high school. ISM is one of the classes I actually put effort into. I don't think I spent as much as time I do for this class than in any of my classes. But what surprised me is that through these few months, not only we have gained amazing experience, but we made friendship that may last forever. I'm sure that all of you guys have made at least 1 to 2 friends that are really close to you. We had those friends during our winter showcase who were supportive and interested in our careers. The winter showcase was a whole new experience for me. It was a huge networking place, except that we were networking our future careers. ISM, in my opinion, is not just about the professional world. In some way, it helps you find yourself. Through this class, I know I changed my mind about a lot of stuff, and I guess this is what it gives you the opportunity for. ISM is hard work, and for me, it finally paid off on December 31st of 2014 when I confirmed my mentor, Dr. Lori Hingle. Working with Dr. Lori Hingle has been a great pleasure. Even during the interview process, she was actually one of my top ones. Dr. Hingle just finished her residency at Children's Medical Center, and she currently works at Business Pediatrics, which is right in Frisco. And she's also employed by Sentinel Medical Center in Baylor, Frisco, where she goes for her daily rounds to look at newborn babies. What I really liked about her is that she's very relatable and is very encouraging. She's also sweet, hardworking, and has excellent communication skills, which are all important as a pediatrician. And as a pediatrician, she's also very knowledgeable in her field, which is very important because when you have to teach a parent about their kid's diagnosis, you have to know your information. And during my mentor visits, what I noticed is that parents ask a lot of questions about their kid. Some even uses their internet references and observations. Another thing I noticed is that during my visit, even though she's a doctor herself, whenever she has questions or doubts about the patient's diagnosis, she asks her co-workers, Dr. Stacy Terry and Dr. Lauren Harn. When working in a medical field, it's very important to be nice to everyone because sometimes you might need 3 to 4 different perspectives, and the chances are that they're probably more experienced than you. I love going to the clinic because I get to play with kids that are like 4 months old. And it's really interesting to see different techniques that doctors use to check the child's body for examination. A lot of kids don't like to be examined, especially when it comes to the throat, ears, and especially when they have to take shots. Here's a video that illustrates a pediatrician technique when giving the shot.
Cool, Ray. Yeah. Let's do mine. 1, 2, Ray. Yeah, that's nice. 1, 2, Ray. Good. Daddy's got your arms. Whoa, we don't like this. We'll say a 1, a 2, a ready. Good, yes. All right. We'll say a 1, a 2, a ready. Good, yes. Okay. Bend it. It's a bend it. We need tissues. All right. Let's get your Band-Aid. Hold on to that. Good. We'll get your Band-Aids. What's that? Let's get this one on. You gonna take it right off. I know you guys. You take them right off. We'll take those in. Good. All right. Clean up. Everybody do this here. Clean up.
Doctors use different techniques when it comes to with each child. During the mentor visit with Dr. Hingle, I saw this 1-year-old who was extremely active, and we needed him to lay on the bed in order to do his examinations. But he wasn't cooperating, so Dr. Hingle gave him a toy that was in the room, and I saw how she interacted with the kid to get the job done. And she also said there's been times where 2 or 3 other nurses have to come in the room and hold the baby in place to make sure they do the checkup and examinations. The nurses and doctors in this establishment are very close. Everyone knows each other very well and has a clear understanding of each of their patients. Dr. Hingle, like I said before, also works with 3 other doctors, Dr. Stacy Terry, Dr. Lori Harn, and Dr. Knapp. They both, 3 are wonderful doctors who is been working in the pediatrics field for 10 years. Things I saw at the clinics are similar to what I've been researching for months. Ear infections are common when it comes to kids. It's usually caused by the cold weather. And ear infections happen when the fluid from the back of your nose drains, causing to push back the fluid into the ears. And the bacteria tend to grow in these areas, making the situation even worse. Another common diagnosis is strep throat, which I'm sure most of you might have had, which causes sore or scratchy throat. During my visit with Dr. Hingle, I actually got to see how they take the test. They first get a swab and swab your back of your throat, and you put it in a solution. It's that right there. And you wait for at least 10 minutes to see if the test is positive or negative. You could tell that by if there's another line in a paper. Shouldn't be 2. During this mentor visit, I told her about this original work and product idea, and she suggested to make a handbook which enlightens new parents with common infections that newborn babies might have, and its treatments, symptoms, etc. And to also include common disorders like ADHD or ADHD, flu, like common stuff like that. As of right now, I'm positive that I'm going to use all the diagnoses I saw in the clinic, such as ear infections, rashes, about how often the baby, how many hours the baby should be sleeping. Dr. Hingle will be providing me with reliable and credible resources that I could use for this. This handbook is going to be placed in the waiting room at the Bestness Pediatrics. When parents are stressing over the smallest issue, they have this to back it up with. My plan is to create a rough draft and share it with 3 people, Mr. Pirtle, Dr. Hingle, and my health science teacher, Ms. Davidson, who is a nurse practitioner who knows about the medical field. I have already started on this and hope to finish by end of March. During this second semester, I hope to change a lot of things, especially when it comes to preparing for the final presentation night. May is a busy month for me because of SATs, AP exams, and this final presentation night. So I have to make sure my portfolio is updated ahead of time. So during this next few months, I had to working ahead and work hard because hard work always pays off. Personally, I want to work hard to achieve something and not just read it from an online article from CNN. And with positive attitude and hard work, I know I can achieve this. Like Love Hope once said, ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do, and attitude determines how well you do it. And with these 3 words, I know my last semester in ISM will be successful. Thank you.
Very good.